Hi, Pile 1. This is what makes you magnetic. So I immediately see that you carry yourself with a strong knowing of self. You're never hesitant to start again. Many people could look at this as a recklessness or a naivety or maybe just an experience in life, but that's not the truth. The truth is you have a strong sense of faith, and so you are not afraid. You're not afraid to embrace new experiences. Oh, your boundaries. You know yourself, and you know what you won't allow in your space. Yeah, there's you people look at you and they know that you pour into yourself. You have a level of love you hold for yourself that you don't wait for others to give you that space. You give it to yourself. You energetically or physically lose femininity. I keep seeing a lot of cards here that for me are representing your caring nature, to the point where you don't mind helping others, and you truly don't expect any type of return in repayment. You are just happy to step up, and I don't think you always share advice with others, but if people are coming to you and they're confiding in you, I see that you do have you're like a consultant to people at times. Like, they take in what you say because they take in what you say in a positive sense because they've seen how much growth you've had as an individual, and not because your life has been perfect. Either they know the story because as you begin to feel comfortable, you share them more, or people who have just known you for a long time, they've seen your periods of isolation, alienation. They weren't there to see you recover, but because you give me a strong sense of you have a lot of personal power, so you don't let other people in on those more sensitive periods of your life. I think you realize in order to move ahead, you have to be engaged with your healing, and you know now through your experiences the responsibility and energy that takes. It's like another journey. It's like a journey, and it requires deep thought, and so you give yourself that space to I'm saying, despite how many experiences you feel that have been painful, or things that you felt that you've lost along the way, to others it appears that you have a never-ending cycle of cups. So even if you lose or spill or break 5 cups, those 5 cups will be returned to you in other forms. Yeah, I'm seeing a duality. I see I see black and white flowers in this 10 of Cups, and so yeah, there's a masculine and a feminine energy that they coexist within you, and that is very magnetic to people. you may look naive because of your beauty, because of your age, because of what you do or how you carry yourself. I think people think that you're not aware, as fully aware as you are, and it's this is just a surface level of what people are peeping in and assuming about you. There's definitely a boldness within you. Again, you are the reason. You are the reason behind everything that's happened in your life. You've had to make the hard decisions. You've had to carve out the plans, and importantly, you've had to be the one to take the first steps, even if you didn't feel support behind you. Even if people thought you were being unrealistic or unwise, or that you weren't really aware of what you really wanted because maybe you were just experiencing some level of sadness, and people, some people, I guess, would paint you as being clouded at a time where you were really emotional, but I think for you, it was just, things were clear. The pain for you put things into a lot of perception for you. I think it was very clear to you, even if it didn't make sense to other people, of what you needed to withdraw from and what you needed to recover from, and how much forgiveness you were able to find again in yourself and for others, and also the strength that it does take to tap into a level of optimism. Like, you radiate a lot to people. People see that you are very open to others, to embracing new cultures. I think when you meet people, you're really good at engaging in conversation and getting to know them as they are. Maybe even if you haven't walked in similar steps as they have, you love to get to know other people. There's a softness and a love that you have for humanity. You see that you like to see the similarities more than the differences between people. You're also big on, when it comes to the community, you want people to feel a level of support. Yeah, you're one to, again, you embrace other communities, other groups in a mature way. You stay true to your realizations, to your beliefs, but you don't degrade others because they're not in the same alignment as you. And see that you influence other people too, to see things very differently, to not be so rigid in their beliefs, to be more cooperative and to find common similarities between other people. I think you spark that inside of people. Yeah, people see that once you've burnt yourself once, like you don't repeat that same mistake. I'm also seeing people see that you don't hold grudges. That's what makes you also magnetic. The way that children and people and animals are drawn to you makes you magnetic. I see younger people, especially, if you're the same gender, I see they look up to you as a person. Yeah, you have this reflective nature that I don't think people assume by first glance. Again, I don't think people have understood the struggles that you've had to go through just because appearance-wise, physically, you appear to not have lost anything. You don't seem to be out of touch with what you need as a person, with how you take care of yourself. with how you show up for others, but you know, there has been challenges and you've had to face them. And it took a lot out of you, but you found, you have a level of perseverance inside of you. And it's just very magnetic to other people. And like I said, I'm getting, I'm seeing this card again. It's like younger generations that are around you. They've seen how you've used, they've seen how these disadvantages didn't end you. They see it's only brought about change in your life, and it's just strengthened your own internal judgment, your own sound judgment, and your own internal wisdom. They just see that you're more than ever fully aware of what that means to you, and it just makes them believe that they can. On the other end of it, there'll be a level of enlightenment that they'll also receive, that everything that they all go through won't be in vain. Yeah, I see that you celebrate other people, you care about other people, you support other people, you share with other people if that means you feel like it's going to help in their experience, in their human experience, or with their growth, or with their pain. You don't like to lie to people. You don't like to just serve as a distraction for people. Like, you genuinely want to help people resolve their internal conflict, or and this is obviously if people come to you and there's a level of closeness where they share with you, but if people allow you, I see that you're more than happy to be that person and be very supportive of somebody. You actually want to legit find actual resolution, help them find resolution in their life, so that they can be led to a bounty of like joy and healing and happiness. Yeah, despite how despite your strife, you resurface strong and energetic again, and more clever than the time before, and more fearless than the time before. And you're not competing with anybody else but yourself. You believe in yourself to focus on what you're skillful in, and not feel like you have to tear another person down so that yours can be highlighted. That's not you. You can't stand for cruelty. You can't stand for people being ruthless. You stand up to people who are ignorantly stubborn. Not because you want to start conflict, but because you want that. I think you see that is like a stagnant energy for a person. And you kind of say things that can be very strong in opinion, but because you know that that's going to propel somebody, it's going to shake somebody up and propel them to confront something in themselves that's not serving anything. It's not serving society, it's not serving themselves, it's not serving others, them being stubborn. You're willing to challenge that person. Because you see how that energy can shift and influence like the people, and you don't feel like there's a place for it in the world. You want humanity to expand. You want people to find their power. You want people to find their courage, to find their will, to step into their own leadership. You're definitely a visionary person. You're very, very soft-hearted. And that doesn't make you naive at all. You just hope for a higher level of consciousness for people. Yeah, and you speak with truth. There's no deception. You've met a lot of trifling fucking people, and so You can't stand for people creating illusions or creating fears in others, or blocking, or people saying things to block people from their own intuition. You don't like for people to deceive other people. And if you're the one that can see that shit from like a mile away, you're happy to be the person to call it out. You don't care how many people may be against you. Like, you'll say what you need to say because you feel that it's gonna bring truth. If you feel like it's gonna bring truth, you're not gonna be one to hold back. Yeah, you're just... I just see you have a very protective nature when it comes to people. People that maybe, maybe they're not even your own friends, but you meet them for a night and together and you're hanging out for the night and you look out for everyone in that group. Or when you are with family and you know how it is when there's a new baby and it can be a lot for a new parent and for people. You're always one to be helpful too, and you like take over and you intuitively know what that child needs, even if you've never met them before. You have a very intuitive nature with people. There's like a very protective and kind nature to you, and generous nature. Yeah, you just want to feel like you belong, and you want to help other people feel like they belong, and you want to leave lasting positive impressions on people. And when you come to other people's home, you're very respectful, and you want people also in your space that are respectful of your home. Yeah, I feel like you always want to leave people better than how you found them. Or I just feel like whenever you go into any space, you're very intentional. You want to make sure that people feel comfortable and content. Yeah, I'm just seeing this. You're just very much a stable form to people. And I'm gonna add that you truly are a beautiful person. And not only like physically, but internally. And as people really get to know you, it's just they can't help but, yeah, they just melt into that sweetness that you have. Being around you is like being close to the sun. It's warm. You radiate positive feelings on people, and it's like I'm just getting the image of like when it's a beautiful day out and the sun is just touching your skin. And it's just so comforting. I just think you're so comforting to people, almost like they've known you before. Even if it's just the first time you meet, you leave long-lasting impressions on people. And you'll leave them wondering, years ahead of about you and where you are in your life, and they hope that and they send you great energy. These people that don't even know you, they send you great energy, and they're just hoping that wherever you are in your life, you're feeling successful and balanced and happy just because of the energy you left them with. All right, pile one. Well, that's everything that I was able to pick up today in today's reading. If any of this resonated, please feel free to leave me a comment, like, subscribe. It was a pleasure to read for you today, and hopefully I get to read for you in the future. Love and light. Peace. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your pile. This reading is on what makes you so magnetic. And so one of the first things that really stood out to me was the 9 of Cups. In this depiction, there's a man at the head of the table, and he's making a toast, and I see that there is just like a feast of food on the table. What makes you magnetic, I definitely would say, is the way people feel after you feed them. I think they feel all the emotion you put in your food. Yeah, you're a very caring person, and you always want to create like a calm atmosphere, a tranquil atmosphere for everyone. You want everyone to feel comfortable. And so it's like your generous spirit, your giving spirit. You wear your heart on your sleeve. That's what makes you magnetic. Yeah, I see that you've chosen paths that people can understand how you made it on the other side. I guess to them visually, I guess they believe that like what you are doing is risky, would be considered risky, but you always come out on the end of it just happy and mature and developed and more beautiful than the time before. Yeah, and I also see what makes you magnetic is if you're out with people and you're having a great time, strangers look at the group you're with and they look at you and they wonder what's being said. They wonder what the laughter is about. They want to drink. They want to dance with you guys. They want to dance with you. They want to partake. And this is about you. So the truth is that they're looking at you and they see that you're the one that's they feel that you're bringing these people together, and they're wondering what it's like to spend a night with you, to have fun with you, or to celebrate with you. Just because based off of what they're seeing, it just looks like you guys are so enmeshed in what you guys are doing, and that you guys are blocking the rest of the world out. And it just makes people want to be a part of that smaller world that you're in. I'm also feeling that you're a girl's girl. That's what makes you magnetic. I see that. I also see that you have a very unique style. I think you're very yourself. I don't think you follow trends. I think you're very much comfortable in... Oh, excuse me. You're very much comfortable in your own skin. I would even go as far to say as your confidence in who you are, you create fads. You influence people. You have an influential energy to you. People can see that you're very stable and that you don't beg. You don't beg for people's attention. You don't live in a lack mentality. You very much show that you have everything that you need and that you're not going to beg for people. And no, it's not with a pretentious attitude either that you expect people to come to you, but I think you're a little more closed off because of what you've been through. So it's not that you're not open to people once you are comfortable, but I do think that like from first appearance, people could just definitely see that you stand in your own power. But there's still this femininity to your energy. There's still this softness, this stoic beauty. Yeah, those that do know you and have understood your part of your journey, they've seen how much bravery you've had to tap into, how much discipline you've had to tap into. Yeah, I think what makes you magnetic too is like how you take care of yourself. And I think it's come from a place where you didn't care for yourself at one point. I think you were very you had a selflessness to you that was almost destructive, compassion to you that was almost destructive in the way that you were giving this to people who did not deserve that part of you. But again, you've come onto the other side and you're stronger and healthier, filled with this energy that is just contagious to people. I also think that what makes you magnetic is like you take the time to stop and smell the roses. You embrace what you're in the present. You embrace what you're experiencing, and also see that you're very grateful for what you have. Like no matter what you do have, you make the best of it. You're satisfied with what you have. You're filled with a lot of gratitude. I'm seeing these animals being drawn to the female figure in the image, and so I just feel you come off disarming, especially to animals. And so I feel like you're an animal lover of every species. And I think maybe you've had unique experiences with nature, with animals, with what you've seen. And in the Nine of Cups I see here, I see a red butterfly right in the center, and so I feel like, yeah, you're eye-catching. You don't mean to be the center of attention, but you are. You're very when people, in the circumstances you may find yourself in that makes people feel magnetic towards you. It's it's also when you're in the social energy, like they want to be in your presence. Like you have a lot. People feel like, I don't want to say they want to take from you, but yeah, they want to drink from your cup. They want to understand how you think, how you process things, what you've been through. Like they're so engaged with you as a person. Like they have 100 questions running through their head. And I don't think that everyone feels comfortable, obviously trying to pry, but I just feel like people feel very intrigued by you. And they're just curious what you have to say. Yeah, and I just feel like what makes you magnetic too is, like, again, you stand out, and it comes off to people that you don't care if other people don't understand you. You don't care if you're misunderstood. You don't care about the judgments. You're ready to enjoy your life, take charge of your life, and you're not gonna let anybody stop you. You speak with such conviction and intelligence and gentleness, and I feel like you believe in justice. You stand up for the underdog. You talk about communities and have conversations of things that you feel like they're important to be spoken about. You don't feel like they should be hidden or swept under the rug. Like, you're very one to have the hard conversations. And again, not from a angry or aggressive place, or to force somebody's hand, or to change their opinion. Sorry, I got slightly distracted. I do have a little one in the house, so I just wanted to. She had a question, so I'm back. But I'm saying that, yeah, you speak from a very truthful place. You speak for those that you feel that people treat as less than especially. And I also just think in general, you love to just connect with people through a compassionate place. You don't know what they're walking, you don't know what scars they're walking with. You don't know what they've been through. And so you're very open to people. You're very thoughtful of people, even if you don't know them. I think you take it as your personal responsibility to show more empathy and compassion towards people in life, because you know how life can be. You know sometimes people can lack that in life. And I just feel like you're people that have lacked, compassion and love in their life, and have been through a lot of pain and hardship. I see that you encounter them, and it might be through friendships, it might be through a quick, small conversation. I don't know. There's so many things rushing through my head right now. It could be from a group you've been in the past. It can be from school. It can be from college. All I know is that people just feel this ability to share their pain with you, and you provide healing. You provide comfort to them. Maybe because you've been through a similar experience, or maybe just because you're just a great listener, and you're just very loving, and you understand understand how memories can haunt people, but you always encourage people to find harmony in their life, to find alignment and what that means to them, to find what healing means to them. You encourage people to tap into a more loving and compassionate place for themselves. And I think you give hope to the hopeless. You ease anxieties in people. You're happy to do that for people. You don't allow people that you care about to remain in imprisonment or in a victim mindset. And I think this comes from personal experience too. I think you know how much worrying put you in a pause and in a stagnant energy, and it didn't help you take a step forward. And you were blessed along the way. I think you had conversations, experiences, you met people that were able to help you express yourself better, to observe things of your past differently, to change your perspective. I think you've met a lot of complex people, and not all of them served as pain in your life, but they also served as a form of hope. And either you found help in the past through community or a program or through therapy, or I don't know, I feel like you've always had a helping hand though. Like you've always had an angel that's been there to help you find balance, has always in some way helped you ease the conflict, has in some way cleared a path for you and showed you that there are more options. There is an ability for you to change your life and to change. I feel like you've always had an angel with you trying to help you form your foundation, to help you feel more healed and complete. I feel like it's hard for you to explain that. I think you have this relationship with your spirit team or with the divine that it's like, you have a lot of faith. A lot of faith has been instilled in you from a young age and through your experiences. I'm also seeing here again, I'm seeing in the Wheel of Fortune, there is a monkey and there is a polar bear, and the monkey's in the tree and he's playing around, and the polar bear is actually working hard, and it looks like he's working hard. He's pushing what appears to be this block made out of stone down a hill, and he's holding onto the tree to take a pause. And so I feel like what makes you magnetic too is that you remind people that it's okay to be playful and it's okay to tap into their inner child, and that isn't like you doing things that make you happy or doing things that you used to do as a child doesn't make you immature, it doesn't make you less productive, it doesn't make you less successful. There's a beauty in tapping and acknowledging and what makes you happy even as a child. There's this, you show people, and what makes you magnetic is that you have such a self-recognition in yourself. Like you don't only acknowledge yourself as an adult person, but you acknowledge like things in yourself that have needed to be healed as a child. And I think now you're just trying to live through a more playful space again as an adult. And I feel like that's magnetic to people. Like again, I'm seeing for the Two of Coins, there's a man balancing on one of the coins and he's holding the other one in his hand, and he's under the sun, and it's just a really colorful card. And so I feel like, you show people that there's a different way to do things. There's a different way to obtain abundance. It doesn't have to be through strict form, and there doesn't have to be a dread to the structure. You don't have to dread what you're mastering. You don't have to feel like it's draining you. It doesn't have to feel negative. Like, I see that you do plan things out. I see that you follow an inner design that you don't explain to people. It's hard for you to articulate, but it's something between you and the divine. I want to say it's just like you having your conversations, you doing your spiritual work. I don't know, I think you get messages on how to see things from a different perspective to get you out of complex situations. I feel like, there's not a carelessness to what you do. You're not unfocused. You're very much inspired by your life and your dreams, but also, like, I see the divine gives you, like, little nudges of, like, messages and signs, and to assure you that you're doing the right thing, that your actions are you're on the right path. The actions that you're taking are going to lead to your happiness. To completion for yourself. It's going to lead to a success of some sort. And this is also what I'm picking up, is that your divine sees that you persevere, that you have a lot of talent, that you don't give up, that what makes you magnetic is your perseverance. Like, you put in the work. Like, you know that nothing's going to be given to you for free in this life, and you don't yeah, you're not shallow, you're not superficial. Like, as beautiful as you come off to people, like, people can feel that. Like, there's such a rawness and a vulnerability and an honesty to you. And yeah, I feel like just because of everything you've been through, you're a very charitable person, you're a very grateful person, you're a very kind person. You instill hope in people. When you share about situations, you show the level of forgiveness that you have in your heart, the level of acceptance that you have for people. And that is very inspiring to people. You know, that's also what makes you magnetic. And you see, you get a vision, and you know, it's hard for you to like explain, but you have such faith that there's going to be such a reward in the end if you follow this idea, this inspiration, this spark. It comes to you. And yeah, you're a very mature person. You love to lift other people up around you. You love to be a helper in your community. You love, yeah, I think you look at this life mission as like, you know, if you can lift people along the way, if you can give them moments of comfort and peace, or it's hard, yeah, it's just like you're about uplifting, like you're definitely about uplifting others and encouraging development, and also just having a good fucking time. Like, you're just enthusiastic when you're out, and you just want to have a great time with people, and you want to leave people with positive memories. Alright, well, pile number 2, I'm going to stop myself there. These are the messages that I received for you today. I hope that they truly resonated. Thank you so much for allowing me to read to you. It would mean so much to me too if you felt called to leave a comment, and if you felt called to like, subscribe. That would also be wonderful. And so I just want to send you all with love and light. Peace.